Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri, and on today's DIY Wednesday, we're getting ready for the holidays. So, I was doing a little perusing on the internets. I was looking up, you know how we do, holiday decor. I came across at the Kirklands, because Kirklands, I don't know if you guys have one in your area, but it's got a lot of decor. It's decor central. They usually have some pretty cute stuff, overpriced, but cute. An example of an overpriced holiday decor would be this pre-lit festive greenery Christmas lantern. Super cute, right? They have a 21-inch high one and a 26-inch high one. Now, lantern, they are using that term loosely. It's a frame. There's no glass involved. There's nothing. It's a little wooden stick frame as far as I'm concerned. The 21-inch was $79.99. It is currently on sale for $55.99. Now the 26-inch, which looks exactly the same, it's just taller by 5 inches. Can you take a stab at how much this 26-inch one is? Here, I'll even give you a little bit of a hint. The pre-lit, and by pre-lit, they put a battery-operated candle in it. The pre-lit festive greenery Christmas lantern will help you celebrate the Christmas holiday in cheerful and festive style. It is crafted of wood, fabric, which, where is the fabric? Is there a bow or something on it? Maybe there's felt at the bottom. And plastic, hues of brown, green, and white. And to care for it, you just need to dust with a soft, dry cloth. In the comments below right now, before I tell you, can you please guess at what the regular full retail price of this is? Comments below. Now, go. Did you make your guess? Because the regular full retail price is $99.99. I know, right? It is currently on sale for $69.99. Well, guess what? We're gonna make both of them for about 20 bucks. I know. How are we gonna do that, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. So, as I always tell you guys, if you find something that you like, but it just seems a little bit too outlandish of a price to pay, break it down into its pieces and parts. So, when I look at this, I see sticks, skinny sticks, a little bit wider piece of wood at the bottom. Atop, I see some greenery and a fake candle. So, I went to my local Lowe's and I bought some sticks. They're already stickified, 1/2 inch by 36-inch poplar squares. These are in the wood section where they have the nicer shelves maybe. They call it a dowel. They were $1.99 each, and I bought 8. 4 for the 26-inch one and 4 for the 21-inch one. So for all of those, that cost me $15.92. Then I needed something for the bottom and then the top. So I found these craft slats. They were in the same exact section as these. So I bought 2 packs, 1 pack for the 26-inch one and 1 pack for the 21-inch one, because there are 4. And what I figured is, if we put 2 together, that's a bottom, and then 2 more will make a top once we cut our square shape out of it. Craft slats, they cost $4.29 per pack. So at $13 for one, $13 for the other. The last thing that I had to try to figure out how to do, so you can see the bottom side here, it's pretty thin, it's like a 1/2 inch thick, but rather than buying a whole nother piece of wood, I found these poplar squares. They're 1 1/4 inch by 12 inches long, and you get 4 in here. So these are pretty thick. I mean, they're like 1 inch thick. So what I'm planning on doing, I'm going to rip them on my table saw, which I know a lot of you do not have a table saw, but you could just use this whole thickness. I am ripping them down just to save money and get more use out of my supply. So I'm gonna rip these directly in half so that they're a 1/2 inch thick by however long I need them. $5.49. We'll just call it $3 and $3. So we are at $15 $15 a lantern. I know. And then the only thing we have to do is stain it and then run over to the Dollar Tree, get some fake Christmas foliage and one of their fake candles. What are we gonna spend on that? $4 per each one. So for $20 a piece, I mean, isn't it crazy how much things cost when you really break it down? The only hard thing would be to rip this down. But to avoid that, you could just get another pack of these and then cut them to the appropriate height. You could use a handsaw for this, a jigsaw if you've got one, and if you're doing any of these DIY projects, you know a jigsaw and a palm sander is pretty much all you need. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have just done that, but I didn't. So we are going to make these adorable lanterns, and they're gonna be super cheap, and they're gonna look even better than the Kirklands. In my mind, before we even get started, in my mind, the math wasn't mathin', because when I was at the Lowe's, I was like, oh, these are pretty cheap. And just right now, I was like, oh yeah, $20 each. But I was like, no, that can't be right. So the $15.92 for the dowels, $8.58 for the craft slats, and the $5.49 for the craft squares, that all came to $29.93. So $30 in wood supplies, which means each lantern only costs $15 and $15. So if we put $5 more into our Dollar Tree holiday picks and stuff, each one of these is going to total $20. I know, it's amazing. And you're gonna die when you see how quick it is. We are gonna need to go to the garage to make some cuts, but first, we wanna mark all of our dowels. Even though each of these lanterns is a different height, the dimensions, width and length are exactly the same. They're both 10 by 10. So what I want to do, mark my 4 boards, the ones at 21 and then the ones at 26. So I can cut those accordingly all at the same time. 21, 21, 21, 21. Draw your line straight, and then you can clamp these 4 together and then make one cut, and they'll all be perfectly aligned and even. These that are left over, we're gonna use for our frame, 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. This is gonna be 21, and then we're gonna have a 10-inch mark, and then we're gonna have a little bit of scrap, which we're gonna use for our handle. Now on these, because these are 36-inch long, when we mark our 26-inch, that's gonna leave us with 10 inches left over, which is exactly what we need. So we'll have 4 5-inch little guys left over for our little handle situation. And this is just gonna make it so we're gonna have everything marked, and then we can go out to the garage and cut everything all at the same time. And then the only thing we're gonna need is wood glue. And I think I might wanna just go with some nails, but you don't need to do that. Wood glue will hold these things together just fine. Whatever suits your fancy. These aren't like lighting the way to anything. They're just gonna sit on your fireplace or on your dining room table. Wood glue will hold them together just fine. So I'm gonna mark all my marks, and then I'm gonna go out to the garage and cut everything, and then bring all my parts and pieces back in here. Now that I have my slats marked for my 21-inch high lantern and my 26-inch high lantern, I'm gonna go ahead and mark my side bottom pieces so I can cut those at 10 inches and then rip them in half. And then these, for my top and my bottom, what I wanna do is I wanna glue this to the bottom and then glue this to the top, leaving, are these even 10 inches? Is this gonna make 10 inches? I didn't think about that. How wide are these? It's not gonna make 10 inches. Oh no. What's it gonna make? 6 inches. Oh man. Because what I really need is 3 per each one. 3 per each one is almost exactly 10 inches. We definitely need a top. Part of me says, do we need a bottom? Do we need a bottom? Okay. Now, if you were gonna make these to give as a gift to somebody, I would definitely put a bottom on them. But part of me is thinking, we don't need to make a bottom. We can save ourselves this, because here's what I'm thinking. When we go to the Dollar Tree to pick up our greenery and our candle, we're also going to pick up 2 8 by 10 Dollar Tree frames. That'll only cost us $2. We're gonna take the backing off of the frame, throw the frame out or save it for something else, cut that backing to, well, it'd only be 8. But you get where I'm going. I'm gonna find a frame or something from the Dollar Tree that I can take apart and use as my base that will only cost me $1. See, no big deal there. Then I'm gonna use 3 of these for the top of my 26-inch and 3 of these for the top of my 21-inch. Okay, so everybody, we're all on the same page now. You still need to buy 2 of these, but you're gonna use 3 for each one, and then we gotta buy a frame for each one at the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna leave these as they are until I build my top, so that when I have my top made, I can then just glue this to my top, and then I can trim it with my jigsaw so I know it's all the right size. Got it? Okay, good. We're all on the same page. Okay, now that we have everything marked, go to the garage and cut them. Use a jigsaw, a handsaw, whatever kind of a saw you have. You got a really sharp blade, you could probably cut through these. It'd take you a long time, but you know, we've done it before. Go cut your wood down to size and then grab your wood glue. Okay, so I have cut everything, but before I stained, I just wanted to let you know that I lied to you a little bit on the measurements. Upon closer inspection, the longer pieces are on the outside. Because it's 10 by 10, if you have one of these little 1/2-inch dudes on the outside and another of them on the outside, measuring from this edge to this edge needs to be 10 inches. So that means we can't cut our little guys at 10 inches, otherwise it'd be 11 by 11. We want our full measurement from edge to edge to be 10 inches. Therefore, these guys and your other little guys measure 9 inches. What you're gonna have if you're building both is 8 little guys at 9 inches, 8 of your like side bottom pieces at 9 inches, and then you'll have 4 tall guys at 21 and 4 tall guys at 26. And that's gonna give you basically everything you need to put your lantern together aside from our top. Then what you're also gonna wanna do is save out 2 of your scraps from your like wide, long bottom pieces and 2 of your scraps from your skinny guys, because this is how we're gonna create the handle with these 2 things. Now that we have everything cut, do I build it and then stain it all once it's built? Or do I stain every individual piece and then build it? It's like give and take, give and take. Part of me just wants to build it so I have them built. It's not like staining is super difficult. I think that I just want to build it and then maybe stain it afterwards. I want to wood glue and I also want a finishing nail, which you don't have to do because you could just wood glue it, keep it all together real tight, and then wait overnight, and then your wood glue would be dry and then your lanterns would be done. So, to the garage. Okay. We're set up in the garage. I've got all of my parts and pieces, and now we're just gonna whip this shit together. What I wanna do is get my bottom. So I've got my wood glue. Oh gosh, this wood glue. I have my quarter cable all juiced up and ready to go, so I can use wood glue with some finishing nails. I'm just gonna tack them in if I could open this wood glue. All right, hold on. Chimney Christmas. That should do it. That should do it. Like I mentioned, it goes bottom, leg, bottom, other leg, bottom leg, bottom leg. So we want to coat 2 sides of our leg with some wood glue. I brought out my little Dollar Tree like square ruler thing so I can make sure everything's squared up. And I'm gonna get my little brad nailer. Now, you don't have to have one of these. If you have clamps, put it together, clamp it. If you don't have clamps, use painter's tape just to hold this together until the wood glue dries. So I'm just gonna stick one little baby little brad nail, and then I'm gonna get my other one, put it here, get my little square in there so I make sure we're all square and lined up perfectly. And then I'm gonna come in on this side. Easy. Yay. And now I'm gonna do that boop, 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 all the way around. Okay, our bottom totally done, minus the actual bottom. So now we just need to take our little cross beams and wood glue and nail those in to make our top. I mean, this is so easy. I can't believe, I can't get over how much they're charging for these. I'm just gonna line this up, eyeball it with my, boom. Hold that together nice and snug, boom. Yay. Now we do have one nail coming in at this angle, so we want to make sure we don't hit that nail like that. Look, it's coming together. And again, just because I have a brad nailer and you don't, doesn't mean you can't do this. You can 100% do this. Just tape, clamps, what have you. Tap in some finishing nails with a hammer. Not that big of a deal. Get that nice and flush. And then we're ready for our last one. I mean, really. It's a lantern. All that's missing is the top. I'm going to take 3 of these. Now, according to the picture, this was kind of setting inside of the top. It wasn't mounted to the bottom. In the picture, you couldn't see anything. So it was like mounted inside like so, which I think that I am going to lay this down this way, mark the inside cut so that I can cut these guys, and then I'm just gonna use wood glue to hold them into place. I'm putting them on the inside, making sure they're super flush and everything is super push tight and, oops, pushed it too tight, and square. Mark my inside measurement. Now, for my third one, place this one on the inside, get it as lined up as best as I can, and then mark the edge I need to chop off of that one as well. I basically need to go cut, cut, glue up these all together, and then glue them up on the inside, tape it, clamp it, what have you, until it dries. But for the most part, this guy is done minus the handle and the bottom. So this is our 21-inch guy, and we need to put together our 26-inch guy next. Okay, so I've got both my 21 and my 26-inch built. They're turned upside down right now because I was cutting our little top pieces. So each one is gonna get 2 full of these boards cut at 9 inches and then 1 cut in half at 9 inches. I wish I could brad nail these, but I cannot. So I'm just wood gluing. It's our friend. What I'm trying to do is evenly space these in between our cross beams so it's not too high or too low. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, now I want to grab a clamp or 2 and clamp that tight. And let me take out my boards before they get glued to the thing. There's our top. Look at that. Now I want to be able to hold it tight this way as well. Oh my God, why does this look so cute? Already. I probably want to clean up that glue because stain does not go over glue, that's for sure. I just want one more tightness like that, squeezing it like that. I might get some tape, but I also just might leave it. It's pretty good. Only problem is I only have 2 of these giant clamps, so what am I do for that one? We'll figure it out. So yeah, let me put my top onto my 26-inch guy, and then we can work on what we're gonna do for the cute little handle that goes right here. Okay, yay. Our tall one looking good, and our small one looking good, just taped. So like I said, you don't have any clamps, don't worry, use painter's tape, it's fine. Again, these are not lighting the way to anything. There is no glass in them. They're super lightweight. For our purposes, holding our wood together with painter's tape is gonna be totally fine. I am not worried about it at all. We gotta wait for these puppies to dry, and while that's happening, we need to figure out what we're gonna do with the handle. I don't really like the handle they came up with. It looks like they took, you know, little scraps of these and cut like a triangle and a triangle. It's like a curved handle, which we can make. We can cut it out with the jigsaw. But what I'm thinking is, what if we just cut these two to an appropriate length? Like, I don't know, however much that is. Glued that to the top, did a little baby arch out of this, and glued that to that. I think that would be cute. I need to make an archy shape, so maybe this bottle will work. Oh yeah, I wanna make enough of an arch, but have enough bottom, like at least a ½ inch, to glue down. Once I have one handle to my liking, I can just use it as a template for my second handle. I don't want my handle to be super thin, but I do want it to have enough of an arch. So I'm gonna trace that, and then I'm just gonna go like this and take it right down to that corner there. There's our handle shape. It looks so cute. So I'm gonna take my jigsaw and just make this, and then I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna duplicate it on my other one, and then we'll have two cute little handles, which I'll probably sand kind of smooth and cute. And I think the two of these together will make a darling little handle for the tops of each of these. So yay, it's getting super cold out, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering. Okay, I'm super freezing, and I changed my mind on the handle because cutting this tiny piece of wood with my jigsaw was impossible. I tried to clamp it to a bigger piece of wood. It just kept moving. It was giving me grief. So I'm doing something much easier, and I think when all is said and done, it might be much cuter. I'm gonna use our little off-cut 1-inch wood, and that is going to be glued here on top, like so, as our base. I took our remnants of, our side pieces, and I cut two at about 1 inch-ish. And what my plan is I'm going to glue and nail into there, and then I'm going to glue and nail the top. So it'll look like that. And then I'm just gonna round this edge with my palm sander, maybe round these a little bit, and then this will be like this, and that will be our lantern handle. So yeah, I'm gonna put that together now for both of them. I'm going to leave it off for now, but we'll have one whole handle done, one whole handle done. When this is dry, we'll just glue that on, and then that will be done. I'm just gonna go inside because it's cold and wait for all this glue stuff to dry. So come back in the morning, we'll finish these up. We'll make a run to the Dollar Tree. These will be done. Okay, it is the next morning. I came out here early. I have glued on our little handles to the top of each of our lanterns, and I'm just holding them down until they dry with some painter's tape. So while that's happening, I'm gonna lightly sand everything and then put a coat of stain on, and then we're gonna go to the Dollar Tree. I mean, seriously though, so cute, right? They're really coming together. I'm really excited about how they look. Like, they look identical to the Kirklands, and so easy to do with very minimal tools. I'm impressed. I'm gonna get my sander, just lightly sand. It doesn't even need that many sandings. It doesn't need that many sandings because the wood that we purchased was already finished, but just from where I cut, there's, little baby like splinters. So I'm gonna sand those down. We're gonna get the stain ready. And yeah, we're in the home stretch. I seriously cannot believe we're making, what were these? Original price, $180 for two, and we're making two for $40. I don't know, Kirklands, the math ain't mathin'. So I lightly sanded everything, and I went over to a little paint shelf, and I have dark walnut stain and weathered oak stain. I know this is really dark, so I think we should just use weathered oak. That's what I say. I did sand my little handles. I made some round overs, made them a little bit more smooth, 2 if by land, 1 if by sea. So let's just stain. So I don't know if my weathered oak stain is just super, super old, or if this is what weathered oak looks like, but it's given off very much gray vibes, which isn't bad. And I did put on 2 coats, and I'm like, maybe I do like it. It gives that, weathered. But to me, if you have like a seaside cottage, where does everybody go? Martha's Vineyard. These have that sort of a look for Christmas. And I was picturing like, ooh, if you got like that greeny, silvery sort of garlandy stuff, this would go very nicely. But not my vibe. So I'm gonna do a very quick thin coat of the dark walnut over the top of this, and then we're gonna call that done. These are gonna not be gray. Yay! These are much more the vibe. Nice brownish color, not super dark. And look at me, I used gloves. Teacher Jen gave me a whole box of these, so now I won't get stained. So now, I mean, these are fully coming to life. Look at these. We just need a bottom, which we're gonna pick up at the Dollar Tree, and then we'll finish these. I mean, you know they look good. And that bird knows they look good too. So, we're off to the Dollar Tree. Okay, back from the Dollar Tree. And as per usual, I spent more than I wanted to, but whatever. I was trying to spend like $10 to $15 and I spent 17. You know, it's that 25 cents that gets you every time. But I did find these for our bases. So all I need to do is basically break off this little extra piece here and then cut these to fit on the inside bottoms of both of our lanterns. And then I got a plethora of greenery and our fake candles. So we're gonna take this in the house so that we can like hot glue it all up. But first I need to put my bases on. Oh my God, they're so cute, I can't. So basically, I'm gonna take this. Oh, I have to just trim it a little off the side. Can I just do the whole thing to the bottom? I'm just gonna do the whole thing to the bottom. I was gonna fit it on the inside, but I don't care. The reveal, I guess, is that what they call it? On the edge is like so minimal. If I just run a little bit of my stain there, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna use this to pry this little extra piece off and then trim it and then we'll be done. Bye, Davis.
Bye. Love you.
Love you too. I got the bottoms on, but I wasn't paying attention and I mean, it's not a huge mess up. On this one, I did it correctly. The non-printed side is facing the inside and the printed side is facing the ground. That one's good. This one, oopsie, I put the non-printed side facing down and the printed side facing in. I try to sand off as much of that paper as I could, and now I'm just gonna cover up my multitude of sins with some extra stain. So I'm not super worried about it because we are gonna have a candle and greenery in here, but I just didn't want like white paper showing through. I'm gonna stain both of the bottoms so they match, and then we can bring it inside and hot glue on the greenery. Yay! So just mental note, printed side goes down on the ground where no one's gonna see it. Okay? Don't do what I did. Pro tip. So we are back inside. I have all of my Dollar Tree picks and my Dollar Tree candles, which are super darling. I mean, look. So those are gonna go there. Now for this taller one, I was kind of wishing this was a little bit bigger. So I might just prop it up on some floral foam. I don't obviously want to glue the candles down to the base because then we'll never be able to turn them off and on again. What I want to do first is with my little picks, I got some pretty cute ones, but you know me, we're gonna break these all apart so that we have individual little branches and leaves to stick around. Then there was another part of me that was like, maybe you should just use floral foam and stick them into floral foam. That way you could change them if you wanted to. And then I also have this moss in case we need to just like cover shit up with some moss. I already had that, I didn't buy that. It's not gonna add too much in the grand scheme of things, considering retail price for the two is $180 and we're at like $45 for two right now. So I think we could spend another, $250 and we'll be fine. So I just wanna break these apart. Hot glue gun's already warm, ready to go. And then we're just gonna arrange them around and make them look cute. Because I want this candle to be a little bit higher than this candle, just because this one is a little bit larger than this one, I cut my spare block of floral foam. I did one a little bit taller than the other one. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue my floral foam to the center of these, and then I'm gonna stick my picks around the floral foam and then set my candle on top. So let's get some glue on this guy here. We're just gonna eyeball the center, not a big deal. So now we know where our candle is gonna go, and now we can decorate around our candle. So no rhyme or reason, I'm just gonna start picking some shit in here. The good news is since we're sticking it into floral foam, if we don't like it, we can pull it out and put it in a different spot. What should we start with? The eucalyptus maybe? So yeah, I'm just gonna start sticking them in and making it look cute. That's all. Okay, I have one done and dare I say, it's so cute. I mean, look, it's really cute. It's really cute, you guys. It's really cute. I did put a little bit of moss just on the little outer top edges of the floral foam to hide it. And then I just kind of like press the candle in the center. Everything else, it's all covered up. It looks super good. I love it. I love it. We just have to do the big one and then it's done. Oh my gosh. Seriously. So cute. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this one and then we'll put them on display for the final reveal. Okay, seriously, these are fucking darling. Wait till you see them. Are you ready for the final reveal? Because it's coming right now. Dun 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 dun! Oh my gosh, Magnum. I mean, let's just have a moment of silence and take in all of the beauty of these lanterns. I know you're dying. I know you're dying because I am dying as well. And I just did the math. But let me remind you what our inspiration was. See that? I mean, it's okay cute. Whereas they have a rounded, like curved handle, I went for a square just because it was easier to do. But our dimensions are exactly as per the Kirkland's dimensions. Crafted of wood, why yes. I don't know where the fabric comes in. Again, I'm guessing maybe there's felt on the bottom. And plastic. Yes, we have plastic greenery. This is kind of the look I was talking about if we would have kept these that grayishy, kind of whitewashy color. That greenery would have actually looked really nice in that. To me, their greenery, I mean, there's pine in it, but it's kind of lacking like a Christmas feel. There's no red, there's no gold, there's no silvery stuff in it. If you took out the pine sprigs, you could use this all year round. Comes with a pre-lit LED bulb. Yep, purchased right from the Dollar Tree. That said, I mean, look at the material. Seriously, they're so cute. Dare I say cuter than the Kirklands? Okay, here's what you've been waiting for. I did the math on the back of my Dollar Tree receipt from earlier today. I went to the Lowe's to purchase all of our wood products. We spent like 29 whatever the cents was. Were there some things I didn't account for? Yes. I did not account for the wood glue that I used that I already had in my garage, the little minute amount of stain that I used that I already had in my garage, and I didn't account for my finishing nails that I used. But I mean, we barely used any wood glue, we barely used any stain, and we barely used any finishing nails. You could add like 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents if you wanted to. The other thing I did not account for, what I used, one hot glue stick and a half of a spare of floral foam that I already had and a little touch of moss. So add another 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents if you want to. Point of the story is supplies purchased for this, 29 and some change at the Lowe's, and it was 17 and some change at the Dollar Tree, making our total purchase amount $47.54. Now, let's just round that up to $50 for incidentals like stain, wood glue, floral foam, and whatever. We made both of these for $50. Now, if we went to the Kirklands and these were not on sale and we wanted to purchase both at full retail price, we would have spent, before sales tax and shipping, we would have spent $179.98.
Wow.
But we didn't. We spent $47.54. So off of the retail price of both of these, we saved $132.44. And that does not even include the shipping and the sales tax that we would have had to pay on this. We saved $132. Let's just round down to 130 because of our incidentals that we rounded up to. $130 on two. But because they're on sale right now, and we could go right now to Kirkland's online and purchase these on sale. Before shipping and sales tax, we would have spent $125.99. But we didn't. We spent $47.54, which saved us $78.44. I mean, can you even? Honestly, these were so easy to make. Minimal tools. I said it probably 800 times. Now, if I wasn't selfish and I didn't like these as much as I do, I could give these away as a gift. I could give one to somebody and another one to somebody, or give both as a set to somebody. But I'm selfish and I'm gonna keep them. Because honestly, let's say it's $50. Let's say it's $30 for this one and $20 for this one. Those are good Christmas gifts. I'm just saying. A mother-in-law, an aunt, they would die. Okay, do you need some sort of a saw? Yes, you do. Be it a jigsaw, but it could be also a handsaw. These boards were not thick. You could take these, just buy another pack of these little 1/2-inch square dowel things, and you could stack 2 or 3 up to make your sides at the bottom. These little sides right here, can you see that? Because for me, that was a major tool that I needed to use. I used my table saw to rip those in half to use them. You don't have to buy the big 1-inch thick ones. You can find something thinner to use as your bottom sides. And then your cutting could still be done with a handsaw or a jigsaw. And then again, we used wood glue, and you saw how I taped the top just to hold them in place while the wood glue dried. You could do that with the whole thing and not use little baby finishing nails like I did. I just used them to speed the process up, that's all. If I didn't have the air compressor, I would have just used wood glue only and taped the shit out of everything and waited for it to dry, to be quite honest. So tool-wise, some sort of a saw, handsaw, jigsaw, what have you, and wood glue. And wood glue. That's it. And then I was thinking too, I bought those flat slats, and that came to like $8.98 or something. But then when I went to the Dollar Tree today and I found those perfect size boards, you could cut down the cost even more and use one of those boards for the top and for the bottom. I'm just saying. These were so easy to make. You guys should totally make them. They're so cute. And once I have all of my other, I mean, can you picture the stocking holder thing right here? I mean, my fireplace is gonna look so cute for Christmas. And yours can too if you make these and then don't give them away as a gift. I'm glad I did elevate the larger one a little bit higher than this one. But now, because I was thinking, for the video, I'll use the Dollar Tree candles, but then I'm gonna go to like At Home and buy like bigger, substantial ones. I'm not going to. Now that everything is in place, these are perfect. I am sorry, they're perfect. I mean, shit. Part of me is like, these are a pretty good gift. Maybe I go back to the Lowe's and make 2 more because they were so damn easy. No one's gonna know.
Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know?
No one's gonna, although I do want people to know that I made these. But honestly, people are gonna think that you got them at the Kirklands and that you spent 70, 80 bucks on them, when in reality, you spent 20, 30 bucks on them and a couple of hours of your time. I mean, yesterday I didn't work that long because I got out into the garage way too late, and then it started getting cold. Maybe 3 hours, maybe. And then today it was like nothing. So very easy to build, very little time to build. And if you don't like the brown, you could spray paint them white, gold. You could do whatever you want because you made them, and you don't have to make them look just like the Kirklands. I just did because we can make that, and we certainly fucking did. So yay! There you have it, and there it is. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so that you are alerted to all of the DIY Wednesday videos I push out, which is every other Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends, and as always, thanks for hanging out, and happy holidays!